Hey folks, today I'm back with another interview question. This is more for a junior developer, a junior SRE or junior DevOps engineer. So the question today is, what if you lost your private SSH key and now that you've lost it, you don't have access to your GitHub account anymore or GitHub repos anymore. So how do you add a new SSH key to your GitHub account so that you can get back in again? So if you want to pause the video to think about the answer, you can do that, but I'm going to go ahead and give you the answer now. So first of all, you will generate a new SSH key using SSH gen command, and I have another video about that. So that's very easy to do actually. If you can Google it, you can see. And once you do that, you're going to end up with two keys. One called ID_RSA. That's your private key. That's something you will never share with anybody. But in the same folder, in .ssh folder, you're going to have a ID_RSA.pubkey. That's a public key that's okay to share with anybody. So right now, I am showing you my GitHub account. What you do is you go into Settings, you go into SSH and GPT keys, and this is my current key. I'm going to go ahead and delete that. It's old anyway. It's not going to work for anything. And at the same time, it's really a public key, so it doesn't really matter if it's shown. So I will delete that key. And I'm going to pretend I have another key in my clipboard. So once you generate the key, you copy the public key, not the private key. You say new SSH key and you give it a name, and the name doesn't really matter. So I'm going to choose the same one that I had before. In here, I'm just going to copy something, right? So right now, this is really a totally invalid text, right? But in this here, this is where you would put in your public SSH key. You add the key, and now it doesn't even like it. Okay, so I will go ahead and go to my SSH folder. If I do an ls, you will see that I have the public and the private key. This is my private key. That's something I will never share with anybody. This is my public key, so might as well do that. Might as well cat that file. And it's public, so it doesn't really matter if it's shared. This is my public key. And I'm going to delete that anyway in a second. So add a new key, give it a name, test1. I'm going to paste that in here, add SSH key. So now it's there. Now I could try this. Let's go to my home directory, cd repos. If I go into one of my repos, so let's see. Okay, like GitHub. Can't even type. That's my page on GitHub. If I go into any of my repos, I go code, say copy this command, right? Basically, copy this endpoint. Here I can go. Let's make a directory. Make a directory junk because we're just testing. Go into junk. If I could type, say git clone, and now I'm going to just copy paste that endpoint that it gave me. And as you can see, it cloned the directory of the repo. I have all these files, so it worked. It worked because I had pasted in my public key in here, so that's why it worked. So hope this was clear. The concept of public and public key and how you can add a new one into GitHub anytime you lose your private key. I will see you in the next video.